Hey Jason, how you doing? Okay, where am I? Okay, you thought that you think the monogram was tougher than the word mark? Most people find the word mark to be a little more difficult than the monogram, but I found that interesting. Let's jump over to your writing. I was really pleased to read your writing, and the main reason why is because you've done two things very effectively. Number one, you've described how the monogram represents your client and how you work that into your design, and that's of critical importance. You've been hearing me talk about designing for a reason as opposed to designing arbitrarily. You've been hearing me say that since way back in week one. So for to hear you refer to those things in your writing, I was really pleased to read that. Also, I love this. This is great. So while I'll keep my logo for the crow, I will be going back to change the font of my word mark to bring it closer to the monogram. That is design right there. You're the first student right now that has said, hey, I got to make some changes based on what I have here. And I've been telling just about every student so far that, yes, you want to go back, you want to look at your work, and quite often expect to make changes. So the foresight you're showing here, I was really impressed there. So fantastic job. Good job recognizing the need to make changes as appropriate. GNS looks great. Nice work. Now, I'm not going to comment on the color until we really see the package together. But again, I just want to reiterate, yes, go back into your logo. Go back into your word mark. Open all three. Look at them together. Make any changes you need to make to increase and add harmony to the branding package itself. That includes changing typefaces, changing layout decisions, and, of course, establishing a good, solid, consistent harmonious color palette for the three pieces, right? It doesn't stand reason that you would use one color in one and a different color in the another, right? It's a branding package, meaning that things need to fit together, showing synergy between the three pieces in the package. Sorry about that. What you're hearing in the background is my very, very large dog who's getting a little restless and letting me know that it's time for me to take him out. So sorry about that. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. But at any rate, so yes, so that's where we're at. We want to go back. We want to open up the whole package, look at things together, and start really deciding where you need to make changes to increase harmony and consistency in the package itself. So good work there. Now, one thing I want to talk about is stroking letter forms. And stroking letter forms is something that I never do and something that I quite often recommend that young students, or young designers and design students don't do. The reason I don't and the reason I'm against stroking letter forms is because they actually change the shape of the letters themselves. We can clearly see it right here. See how that's kind of closing in on itself. And you can't get any kind of really proper kerning going on when you stroke letter forms because you've got that stroke that's coming out the outside perimeter of the letter forms, which is going to eventually, they're going to touch each other if you try. The strokes are going to try to touch each other once you try to kern these any closer. And that's, I think, right now we see a pretty big gap between the N and the S that we could. And also, there's a pretty good area right through here. I think that the kerning in here could be tightened up a little bit, but right now it's almost impossible to do so because of the strokes on the letter forms. So if you establish the kerning and you think that's something you want to keep, then you can establish, if you want to keep the strokes, kern the letters first, then apply the stroke and group it so that that's how it is. It doesn't change, right? You see what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's good. It's good work. I think the letter forms represent the client based on your analysis and what you have said in your analysis. The encoded meaning that you have assigned to the client, I think, is represented very well here in these letter forms. So good work. All right. So again, name of the game now is really starting to create some consistency and harmony in the overall package itself. All right, Jason, good job. Thank you very much.